Now, let me give you a little bit of context. I am not a good golfer. Okay, so let me give you a little deeper context. I'm not only not a good golfer, I'm probably the worst golfer in the world, or at least vying for that title. So I hadn't even been on a course in years. Hadn't touched a club, hadn't hit a ball, and part of this Highland gathering, this celebration of his 40th, was that bunch of guys, there were probably, I'd say 50 plus gentlemen, were all going to go out and play a 9-hole golf course at Ballingallick Castle in the Highlands of Scotland. It was quite spectacular. Well, we were all divided into foursomes, and I thought that it would be a normal situation. Everybody just goes up to the tee, nobody's watching, there's no audience. No. All of the people that had come for the party were watching people tee off. And Justin, who is my friend, liked to do things in a very grand fashion. So he introduced everybody. And from Orlando, Florida, Michael Stahl. So I go up to the tee. I'm being watched by a couple of hundred people now. And I remember, hadn't hit a golf ball in years. Okay, so I'm trying to get some decent form. And I'm looking at the golf ball. Everybody's silent, just like a big tournament. All right, and there we go, and back, and completely missed the golf ball entirely. Justin says on a microphone, can you believe it? He had a microphone. Oh, that's a great practice swing, Mike. Great practice swing. You're okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm thinking in my mind, please let me be able to hit the ball. All right, so going up here. All right. I got miss it again. I am mortified. Now, by this time, people are trying to be polite, but they're starting to snicker just a little bit. And I'm thinking in my head, okay. Now, you've missed the ball high twice. So if you've missed the ball high, you're going to have to adjust and go much lower. All right, so here we go. Third time's the charm, right? All right, here we go. We're going to adjust. And 2 feet of priceless Scottish turf flies out into the fairway. I am absolutely mortified. My foursome sounds like a joke, but it's actually the truth. I had an Irish guy, a Scottish guy, an English guy, and me. The Scottish guy worked for the golf course and said, we like to pick that turf up and replace it. So I walk out into the fairway, pick up the turf, put it back. Finally, on the 4th try, I actually got the ball off the tee. And what was interesting is that even though I was embarrassed, I wanted to just go back to the clubhouse, I kept on going. And those guys were great because they really helped me. They taught me some things I didn't know about a golf swing. And it got to the point where, believe it or not, I was actually hitting some pretty decent shots. And by the 9th hole, I even outdrove a couple of the guys. The idea is that whether it's in your life or whether it's in your organization, things when you're going through change, or even when you are experiencing things that are challenging, things have to get worse before they get better. Why? Because there's always a learning curve. So if you can stay the course through behavioral change, both individually and organizationally, what is going to happen is that eventually, even when things get a little bit worse, the curve goes down, things are going to click, and you're ultimately going to get better, and you're going to achieve more results than even before you made that positive change.